The countdown has begun, and one of the most anticipated fights in recent boxing history is just around the horizon. On 1 March 2025, two boxers with very different backgrounds and fighting techniques will face battle in the ring. Gervonta, Tank Davis and Lamont Roach Jr. It's a contest that has boxing fans buzzing with anticipation, wondering if the defending champion, Tank Davis, can maintain his domination, or if the underdog, Lamont Roach, can pull off the upset of lifetime. Tank Davis is a highly explosive competitor in the lightweight division. With a perfect 30-0 record and 28 knockouts, he has repeatedly demonstrated that his power is formidable. Davis exudes confidence from the time he comes into the ring, making opponents uncomfortable. His precision, ability to set traps, and unwavering commitment to the sport have made him one of the most dangerous fighters in boxing today. Fans watch not only because of his record, but also because they know that when Tank competes, something amazing is bound to happen, usually a knockout. Tank's ascent to notoriety has been rapid, and his dominance in the ring has eclipsed many of his opponents. Despite his spotless record, worries regarding his future linger. Is Tank impenetrable, or are there weaknesses in his armor that could be exploited? Tank sees bigger battles in the future, but first he needs to take care of business against Lamont Roach Jr., and this is where the match's true intrigue lies. Roach, the WBA super featherweight champion, is moving up to the lightweight class for this bout. Roach is no stranger to the underdog role. After all, he has sparred with Davis before and has always fallen short. Many people believe Roach's previous encounters with Tank foreshadowed what would happen in their actual match. Roach has already fought Tank twice in amateur divisions and once in sparring, and he has always lost. Tank's power, precision, and propensity to crush his opponents in the ring have made many wonder if Roach can actually compete with the greatest. Don't be fooled by the underdog label. Lamont Roach brings far more to the table than most people realize. He is a technically talented boxer with a thorough understanding of the sport, and he has been training hard to better his trade. His skill set may not be comparable to Tank's knockout power, but his boxing IQ and ability to move in the ring could be his saving grace. Roach is used to being called out, and he's met the challenge front on every time. He's proved critics wrong before, and he is motivated to do so again in this battle. This time, however, the stakes are much higher. Roach is battling not only to win, but also to establish that he belongs at the sport's greatest level. As the fight approaches, there has been much speculation about Davis and Roach's sparring sessions. The recent disclosure of footage from one of their sparring sessions has created quite a stir in the boxing world. In the video, Tank's power and ability to set traps are on full display, prompting many fans to feel that Roach will be defeated once more in their actual match. It's a persuasive argument. After all, Tank's knockout power has elevated him to celebrity status. But sparring is only practice, right? Some fans quickly disregard the film, pointing out that sparring does not always predict how a genuine fight will unfold. Others think that the footage provides a preview of what's to come, bolstering the notion that Tank is simply too much for Roach to handle. It's a hotly debated topic among supporters. Is the sparring tape sufficient to forecast the fight's conclusion, or is it simply a snapshot that does not reflect what will happen on March 8th? While the sparring tape has led some to question Roach's chances, the battle is more than just Tank's strength. Shakur Stevenson, a fellow lightweight champion, recently made waves with some provocative remarks about Tank Davis' mindset. Stevenson, who has been public about wanting to fight Tank, suggested that Davis' feud with him could distract him from his performance in the ring against Roach. Stevenson, who has earned a reputation for his technical prowess and confidence, stated that Tank has been more focused on him than Roach in the build-up to the bout. Stevenson even went so far as to announce that he had bet his money on Lamont Roach, which sent shockwaves through the boxing world. Many people were astonished by Stevenson's remarks, given that Tank is usually seen as the favorite to win. Could Stevenson have a point? Is Tank's focus divided between his feud with Stevenson and his fight against Roach? Some experts think that distractions like these might have an impact on a fighter's performance, especially one as brilliant as Tank. After all, the mind plays an important role in a fighter's preparation and execution. Tank has previously been chastised for losing concentration, and Stevenson's comment has just fueled the flames. It remains to be seen if Tank can filter out the noise and focus completely on the work at hand. If Stevenson's statements are genuine, may Roach find an opportunity to capitalize on Tank's possible lack of focus? It's a tantalizing question, and it adds to the already unexpected nature of this fight. Tank isn't the only one who has an opinion on how the fight will go. Boxing trainer Booz Andis, who has been open about his predictions for the fight, believes Roach's best chance is through smart strategy and mobility. Andis emphasized that Roach cannot afford to trade blows with Tank, as doing so would almost surely end in disaster. Tank's knockout power is one of the most lethal weapons in boxing, as a single shot can end the fight. To have any hope of victory, Roach must rely on his boxing abilities, keeping Tank at bay with footwork and mobility. Andis urged that Roach tie up Davis whenever possible in order to annoy him and force Tank to fight at a slower tempo. Tank may be known for his explosiveness, but if Roach can make him think, slow him down, and keep him from being struck with hard strikes, he might just have a chance to land a few punches himself. It's a risky plan, but it might be Roach's best chance. While many boxing analysts believe Tank would win, Roach has a chance to bring the bout closer than predicted. Some argue that Roach's prior experience with Tank, having faced him in amateur settings and sparring, could work in his benefit. The more a fighter sees of Tank, the more he can prepare for his fighting style. Roach has already felt Davis' strength and pressure in the ring, so he is not going into this fight fully unprepared. He understands exactly what Tank brings to the table, and his knowledge could prove essential. If Roach can make the required modifications and execute a faultless game plan, this might be a far more competitive battle than many people expect. However, despite Roach's passion and skill, the odds remain stacked against him. Tank's knockout record speaks for itself, and there's no doubt that he is one of the best fighters in the world today. However, boxing is an unpredictable sport, and anything may happen in the ring. That's part of the sport's allure. It's not only about who's the best on paper, but also about who can step up when it counts the most. Lamont Roach may be the underdog, but he possesses the skills to keep this battle intriguing. Whether or not he can pull off the upset remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: March 8th will be a night of great drama, with fans all around the world on the edge of their seats, waiting to see who wins. As if the controversy surrounding Tank and Roach wasn't enough, speculation about a battle between Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson has shaken up the lightweight division's destiny. Stevenson, who successfully defended his WBC lightweight title with a convincing victory over Josh Padley, has stated that he wants to fight Davis next. He has voiced confidence in his abilities to deliver Tank his first professional loss, and the possible bout between the two would definitely be one of boxing's biggest. Despite Stevenson's eagerness, Tank appears to have a tepid interest in the bout. Davis ridiculed the notion on social media with a simple LOL, ragging worries about whether the battle will ever go place. However, promoters are pushing hard for it, and if the financial incentives are correct, this bout has the potential to be one of the most profitable in recent boxing history. But before Stevenson and Davis can square off, Tank must first defeat Lamont Roach, while Stevenson focuses on maintaining his 130-pound dominance. The bout between Tank Davis and Lamont Roach promises to be explosive, and the hype has just heightened the suspense. With so much at stake, it's impossible to predict how this one will end. Will Tank continue to dominate, or will Roach pull off one of the biggest upsets in recent memory? The boxing world is impatiently awaiting March 8th, when everything will be revealed in the ring. The one certainty is that, regardless of the outcome, this fight will have fans talking for years.